Hey there, friends! Today we're going to dive into a story that's often shrouded in mystery and intrigue. The story of how Lucifer, once a beautiful and powerful angel, became Satan, the adversary of God. It's a tale of pride, rebellion, and the ultimate fall from grace. But don't worry, we're going to break it all down in a way that's easy to understand. So sit back, relax, and let's explore the fascinating journey of Lucifer's transformation. To understand how Lucifer became Satan, we first need to look at who Lucifer was in the beginning. Long before he became the devil, Lucifer was actually one of the highest-ranking angels in heaven. His name, Lucifer, means light-bearer or morning star. He was created by God to be perfect, full of wisdom, beauty, and light. Can you imagine? He was radiant, covered in precious stones, and had a special place close to God's throne. Lucifer was a leader among angels, often thought to be a cherub, one of the highest orders of angels. His role was to guard God's glory and reflect God's light to the universe. In many ways, Lucifer had everything: beauty, power, and a divine purpose. But something went wrong, and it wasn't because of what he did, but because of what he wanted. Now here's where the story takes a turn. As beautiful and powerful as Lucifer was, he began to focus too much on his own greatness. Instead of reflecting God's glory, he started to admire his own. Pride began to grow in his heart. He thought, why should I serve when I could be the one in charge? And so a dangerous thought entered his mind. Lucifer wanted to be like God. The Bible gives us a glimpse into his heart in Isaiah 14:12-15, where Lucifer says, I will ascend to the heavens. I will raise my throne above the stars of God. I will make myself like the Most High. Lucifer's pride led him to believe that he could overthrow God and take his place. But trying to become equal to God was not only impossible, it was a direct act of rebellion. God, in his infinite wisdom, saw Lucifer's pride and knew that this rebellion couldn't be allowed to continue. And so, the most magnificent angel in heaven was cast out. But Lucifer didn't go down without a fight. Revelation 12:7-9 tells us that a great war broke out in heaven. Lucifer, now full of pride and rebellion, convinced a third of the angels to join him in his quest to overthrow God. These angels became known as fallen angels, or demons. But their rebellion was short-lived. The archangel Michael, one of God's most powerful angels, led the heavenly armies against Lucifer and his followers. There was an epic battle, and in the end, Lucifer and his army were defeated. They were cast out of heaven and thrown down to earth. This is the moment when Lucifer became Satan, the adversary, and the angels who followed him became his demonic forces. So what exactly happened to Lucifer when he fell? When he was cast out of heaven, Lucifer lost his position, his beauty, and his place among the angels. No longer the light-bearer, he became known as Satan, which means adversary or accuser. Instead of being a force for good, Satan became the enemy of God and all that is good. From that moment on, Satan's mission has been to oppose God and lead people away from him. We see this in the story of Adam and Eve, where Satan, in the form of a serpent, tempts them to disobey God. His prideful desire to be like God has now turned into a mission of destruction, but no matter how hard Satan tries, he's no match for God's power and love. Now, the story of Lucifer's fall is more than just a tale about a rebellious angel. It's a powerful reminder of the dangers of pride and self-centeredness. Lucifer had everything: beauty, power, and a place close to God, but his desire to be more than what he was created to be led to his downfall. We can take this as a lesson in our own lives. Pride can creep into our hearts too if we're not careful. But unlike Lucifer, we have the opportunity to humble ourselves, seek God's will, and live in harmony with his purpose for us. Remember, the key is to reflect God's glory, not to seek our own. But here's the good news: Satan's story isn't over, and neither is God's plan. The Bible tells us that one day Satan will be completely defeated. In Revelation 20:10, it says that Satan will be cast into the lake of fire, where he will no longer have any power or influence. God's victory over evil is certain, and his love for us will always triumph. So even though Lucifer became Satan and has caused much pain and suffering, his power is temporary. God's love and goodness will ultimately win. Thanks so much for joining me on this journey through the story of how Lucifer became Satan. It's a story filled with important lessons about pride, rebellion, and the ultimate power of God's love. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and hit that subscribe button for more inspiring Bible stories and lessons. Until next time, stay humble, stay faithful, and remember that God's light always shines brighter than the darkness.